Here are 16 facts you probably didn't know. Number 1. The immortal jellyfish, a species that can potentially live forever. There is a species of jellyfish called Turritopsis dohrnii, which is also known as the immortal jellyfish because it can revert back to its juvenile form after reaching maturity. This means that, in theory, it could potentially live forever. Number 2. The 38-minute war, the shortest war in history. The shortest war in history was between the countries of Zanzibar and Great Britain, which lasted only 38 minutes on August 27, 1896. The war was sparked by a dispute over who would succeed the Sultan of Zanzibar, and ended with the surrender of the Zanzibar army. Number 3. The 12-day traffic jam, the longest traffic jam in history. The longest traffic jam in history occurred in China in 2010, and lasted for 12 days. The jam was caused by a combination of road construction, accidents, and a surge in the number of trucks transporting goods. At its peak, the traffic jam stretched for more than 100 kilometers, or 62 miles. Number 4. The mind-boggling number of possible chess games in the universe. There are more possible iterations in a game of chess than there are estimated atoms in the known universe. While the number of atoms in the universe is estimated to be around 10 to the power of 80, which is 10 followed by 80 zeros, the number of possible chess games is estimated to be around 10 to the power of 120. Number 5. The world's shortest commercial flight, a 1.7-mile journey in under a minute. The shortest commercial flight in the world lasts just 1.7 miles, and takes less than a minute. The flight operates between the islands of Westray and Papa Westray, and Scotland's Orkney Islands, and is primarily used by local residents and tourists looking for a scenic trip. Number 6. The Pig War, America's shortest conflict. The shortest war in American history was the Pig War, which occurred in 1859 between the United States and Great Britain. The war lasted only a few months, and no one was killed, but it was sparked by a dispute over the shooting of a pig. Number 7. Ocean quacking, the strange sound of breaking icebergs. There is a phenomenon called ocean quacking, which occurs when certain icebergs break apart and create a loud, duck-like sound. The sound is caused by trapped air bubbles that are released when the iceberg breaks up. Number 8. The shortest flight of a chicken, 13 seconds of fame. The longest recorded flight of a chicken is 13 seconds. This was achieved in 2001 by a chicken named Ralph, who was launched into the air by a specially designed device. Number 9. Kirk Bloodsworth, the first person exonerated by DNA evidence. In 1977, a 13-year-old boy, named Kirk Bloodsworth, was wrongfully convicted of murder and sentenced to death. He was later exonerated through DNA testing, becoming the first person in the United States to be exonerated by DNA evidence. Number 10. Ding, Wuling, the village that survives above the clouds. There is a village in China, called Ding, Wuling, that is located more than 11,000 feet above sea level. Despite its high altitude, the village is home to more than 200 people, who have adapted to the harsh living conditions. Number 11. The day the US accidentally dropped nukes on North Carolina. In 1963, the United States Air Force accidentally dropped 2 nuclear bombs on North Carolina. The bombs did not detonate, but the incident raised concerns about the safety and control of nuclear weapons. Number 12. Fletcherizing, the extreme eating method that swept the nation. In the early 1900s, a man named Horace Fletcher popularized a method of eating called Fletcherizing, which involved chewing each bite of food up to 100 times to aid digestion and promote weight loss. Number 13. the underwater postbox of Susami Bay, a diver's delight. The world's deepest postbox is located in Susami Bay, Japan, and is over 10 meters, or 33 feet, underwater. The postbox was installed in 1999, and allows divers to post letters and postcards. Number 14, Dan Cooper, the mysterious hijacker, who vanished into thin air. In 1971, a man named Dan Cooper hijacked a plane and demanded a ransom of $200,000. He then jumped out of the plane with a parachute, and was never found, making him one of the only unsolved cases of air piracy in history. Number 15, the first recorded voice message, singing in the year 1860. The first recorded voice message was recorded in 1860, by French inventor
Édouard Léon Scott de Martinville.
The message was a 10-second clip of a man singing,
Au clair de la lune.
Number 16, B-15, the massive Antarctic iceberg that broke off in 1999. In 1999, an iceberg the size of Rhode Island broke off from the Ross Ice Shelf in Antarctica. The iceberg, which was named B-15, was so large that it had to be tracked by satellite, and was monitored for several years as it drifted in the Southern Ocean. Leave a like if you learned anything new, subscribe for more content like this, and remember to ring the bell icon to be notified of further videos. See you in the next one.